Hey guys, welcome to the show. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about a movie I'm pretty sure has never been covered in the history of horror podcasting. So hang tight, we'll be right back with you.
Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's episode, we are going to be covering
1988's Scrooged, directed by Richard Donner.
Scrooged, the Christmas horror classic. I do believe that this should be considered in the horror realm.
Based on.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
But first, what would you like to let the fans know, buddy?
As always, like and subscribe on YouTube.
Pretty please.
You can also find us on Apple, Google,
Yep.
Anchor,
Yep.
and of course Spotify.
Of course.
Also on Instagram,
Yep.
J Squared Horror Podcast, link tree in the bio. New episodes every Thursday.
Every Thursday, two lifelong horror fans decide to bring you all things horror, and that includes Scrooged, starring the ever amazing Bill Murray.
Yeah. Also, like I mentioned, directed by Richard Donner. You know what other movie he directed?
What?
What horror class he directed? The Omen.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
See, he's just a horror movie guy.
Yeah.
So I think that not just Scrooged, but all of the
Christmas Carol?
Christmas Carol, yes, thank you, should be considered in the horror realm.
We did ask it during like horror trivia
We did.
about how many ghosts he gets visited by. So yeah,
How many ghosts is it?
4.
A lot of people said 3. They forget about numero uno,
Yeah.
the one that tries to warn them.
Yeah.
So I do respect this movie. It has a really good meaning and story behind it, obviously. That's kind of the purpose in this movie. But no matter the outcome of a horror film, ultimately you're just looking for it to invoke fear. Which everybody's level of fear is different. But I feel like if you're being haunted by 3 ghosts showing you all your fuck-ups and mess-ups in life and where your life is heading and who you are currently is a terrifying concept. And that is why I welcome this movie with wide open arms into the horror community. Because, holy shit, that's crazy.
Can you imagine being visited by 4 ghosts, but 3,
They're the 3 main.
the 3 main ones showing you your past, your present, and what your future is going to be if you continue on this path.
Yeah. I can't. And that's one of the reasons when when we decided to cover this movie, this movie in particular takes a slapstick, humorous way of just, Bill Murray obviously does a phenomenal job, and all the other supporting and main actors and actresses throughout this film do a really good job. But I dislike his character very much. He is a piece of turd nugget.
Well, let me try to put some perspective on him. From what I gathered from the movie, he started out as a good guy.
Yeah. But that's not the one we get.
True, but when we get visited by the ghost, you see he is a good guy, but sometimes shit happens that takes nice guys and nice people and makes them not so nice.
That is very true.
It happens all the time.
All the time. But he could have definitely stepped back and looked at his life a little sooner without being visited by some ghosts.
Yeah, but he's.
But then again, I'm not as successful as he is.
Yeah, he's rich. He's successful.
I'm kind of stuck thinking about all my decisions in life.
He has the woman he's working with, who they're clearly a thing. So he has women too.
Yeah.
He's got it all.
Yeah.
Why be nice?
So he thinks he has it all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you, what's your favorite part of the history of this character? Like which part, like resonated close to you, or kind of, because like you say, you kind of understand like what happened and the progression of what happened with this character. So is there anything like from his history that you either related to or that you just clearly saw as like, even from an outside perspective, like that makes sense? Like what about his history?
I think from the way he grew up,
Yeah.
you can tell he's the kind of person, once he got any kind of success, or would seem like important, he was going to just turn his back and just be focused on that.
I mean, and a lot of we've briefly mentioned this on the podcast before. Obviously, this is a completely different era of people than like me and you.
Yeah.
We're not that old now, but it is interesting to me that what really got him started was his dad.
Yeah.
Like the effect that male father figures and role models have on kids, especially the sons.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the daughters don't have that as well. I can only speak on it from a male son perspective. But it is interesting to me that, you kind of, depending on your past, and we both know each other's past, and we're not on Oprah here, but
yeah.
I can understand it when the dad like throws him some veal and is like, there's your Christmas present. Do you know how much that cost?
Yeah.
Do you know what that's worth? And he looks back, like when he's seeing it, he's like, that's like an $80 piece of meat. Like that was a good gift. And he's lying.
Yeah, of course.
Because no kid wants a slab of meat for Christmas. I mean, I can't speak on all, but I wouldn't imagine you'd be too stoked on that. And then the dad says, like, if you want toys, go earn them.
Yeah, go get a job.
Go get a job. And he's like 6. So it is crazy. Like it shows that, as funny and as like comical as this movie is, there are some real parts to it and things that can really hit home.
I like the dynamic of him and, I can't remember her name, but the woman he was seeing in the past.
Yeah.
I liked her.
Yeah, that was that.
She was just so nice.
Yeah, that was the part that like kind of, if I was to look back on my past, not that I had a woman like that, but it's, like the parent shit you can work past. It's just sometimes when you realize you missed out on the perfect woman, like that could just, it's a haunting fact. And he had it and he knew it and still just chose a career, being career driven and money driven. And like, no, I'm not going to your stupid Christmas party with your friends. The president of the company just asked us to dinner. Now, I will say, I did not like that argument from her perspective.
Why not?
Dude, your friends are always there.
That is true. They're friends.
Okay? They will understand if you tell them that the president of the company.
They made those plans 2 months ago, though.
Yeah, but this, like he says, this guy doesn't make plans 2 months out. He says jump, you say how high. And if he's inviting you to dinner with his wife and you and your girl?
Well, I think it comes from what's important to you. So I guess to him it's his career.
To be able to
solely
keep food on the table.
He has a job.
He's a dog.
Frisbee? He has a job, yeah.
He's Frisbee the dog. He doesn't want to be in that suit sweating. And your girlfriend should know that that's not the life that he wants. If you really understand this man, he doesn't want to be Frisbee the mascot dog forever. He wants to progress.
So I guess for him, she was the one that got away.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean,
she didn't get away. He
let
her go.
He let her go. But their dynamic was weird.
How so?
Because he did what he did and then was super successful. And she just kind of stayed where she was not very super successful.
success is in, it's relative. It's what your personal definition of success is. For her, it's helping people.
Yeah,
and
no,
I
definitely get that.
Yeah.
But in the 80s were a completely different world. Maybe you could have that job and make it. I'm just looking at it from a 2022 perspective. Yeah, you don't have an apartment in New York or wherever they are.
I think they're probably in New York.
Yeah, it's a safe assumption. Bill Murray's always in New York.
Yeah. And always with Ghost.
Yeah.
In New York.
Ghost in New York equal Bill Murray and a successful movie. I loved the dynamic of Bill Murray's character and the Ghost of Christmas Past. I loved it. It was so that's one of my favorite depictions of that ghost
Really?
ever. I just like the taxi driver, gross teeth. He's a jerk. He won't let him walk through the door. It's just it's really good. Obviously, the least scary of the ghosts, but what he's showing you is intense, and that's where you don't have to get too deep here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were to think about what the Ghost of Christmas Past would show you, where do you think he's taking you?
That's a very good question. The Ghost of Christmas Past. I think if he was to take me someplace, he would take me to. I wouldn't be a kid. I think I'd be older. I'd probably be right out of high school.
Yeah.
And he would take me back to when I was working at Shoe Carnival.
Good old Shoe Carney.
Yeah. And I decided to, just quit my job.
Yeah.
And literally locked the door and took the key to the store and put it under the mat and went home for the night.
That's your moment.
Yeah, because one, it was a very risky decision to make.
Obviously.
And two, the very next day, I got a job selling cars.
Ooh.
It was like a definitive moment in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The very next day?
The very next day.
Jeez.
Because that night, I drove past the dealership and I saw there was a now hiring sign.
You're like, I'll see what this is
and
about.
I literally pulled over and on my phone just applied for it.
Yeah.
And the next morning, they called me.
Here you are.
Yeah. Over a decade later.
We didn't have to admit that.
Yeah.
He's a very successful car salesman.
But I don't know. Yeah, what about you?
Oh, man, there's like a billion. There's so many different parts of my past.
Yeah, I feel like
I just feel like my ghost would just smack the living shit out of me. I never really thought clearly.
Me neither. That's why I try to think of something positive to say.
Yeah, because there's definitely plenty of
terrible decisions I made.
Horrible stuff.
Yeah.
And, from kids to teenagers to adults. But, I don't know. Because, there's just too many. I should have just, when I thought about joining the military, I should have just been yeah. When my girlfriend at the time told me it was her in the military.
And you chose her?
Her. It's the dumbest decision of my life. I'd be almost retired. Full bennies.
You did it for love.
It didn't work out.
So?
That was the worst decision of my life.
Yeah, you're right.
I just, you think back, and it's that probably could have been my potential moment of not being as tight financially.
You wouldn't be here right now. I guarantee that.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So there's, of course, but that's the whole thing. That, obviously, decisions alter the course of everything. It's the butterfly effect is, when you go and start messing with the past and the domino effect that could happen. But if everything could stay exactly almost how it is now, especially the people I have in my life and the things that I get to do in life, it would be nice to have that that military pension coming in, man. Imagine 8 years or 7 years from now, I could just sit and podcast and collect a check from retirement.
Yeah. I also had the chance, I think it was right before I started selling cars.
Yeah.
I was going to join the Air Force.
Yeah. You're smart enough. I definitely would have been Army infantry.
And I was like, I think I'm good.
Yeah. And then when I was like 24, after me and that girl like finally ended it,
Yeah.
yeah, I tried to join again. They're like, you're too fat. And I was like,
Damn.
cool.
But
I get it.
It's crazy because, so this is something, okay. I don't think my mom knows this story either.
Oh, shit. Here we go. We're diving. This is over.
All right. So I think I was 23, maybe 24. I was going to move to Michigan. I know.
For why?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
You don't like the cold, bud.
I applied for a job there.
Okay.
I got the job there. I quit my job here. I was going to move to Michigan.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was like super serious about it.
Yeah.
I was going to break my lease.
Yeah.
And I was going to sell the car that I had.
Yeah.
I was going to go sell it to somebody. So I'm on the way there. Meet with the guy. And we're talking.
Yeah.
You know, just regular conversation. And he asked me, you know, pretty much why are you selling the car? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to just move to Michigan. You know, I'm working at the Jeep store. Obviously, Chrysler Jeep is huge in Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where like the hub is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
He said, do you think there's anything here left for you? Like in Virginia?
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I said, no, I don't. That's why I'm ready to move. Got my kid. I got a good job.
Yeah.
Nothing else really tying me here.
Yeah.
I can make trips back and forth to see friends and family. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So he was going to get a check from Navy Federal, so we drive to Navy Federal.
Yeah.
So we're driving there, and we're still talking. He comes out, and I guess he says some error with his account. He couldn't get the check.
Oh.
I said, well, how long will it take? I'll just give it to you. And you can just mail me a check. And he said, you're that pressed to leave? Yeah. I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I hadn't talked to my mom about it.
Goodness.
Friends,
Yeah.
family, nothing. I was just going to, middle of the night, pack him and leave.
Yeah. Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, I changed my mind.
You don't know why.
I really don't.
There's the ghost of Christmas past, bud.
Because the next day, I guess his account shit was fixed. And he called me.
Yeah.
He's got the money. You still want to sell it? And I was like, no. I think I'm going to stay.
I think your ghost would take you there, too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stay now. And I went back to the dealership. They gave my job back instantly. Had to find a place to live at. But
Yeah, that could be a little tricky, but yeah.
My job I got back.
Yeah.
But yeah, for whatever reason in that moment, I was like, something's telling me I got to stay here. And now 6 years later, I don't know why I did it, but I'm still here for some reason.
Hey, man. We both are.
Yeah.
It's crazy because when I was, it was a couple years ago now, I just started at Terminex. So 6 years ago, I'd say. And my granddad had met a guy through his church who wanted to interview me for a job.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at a point where I was kind of the same. Now, I don't have a kid or anything like that. So it was like, I ain't got jack shit behind me anywhere. And I was like, maybe I need a change of scenery. You know, I've kind of had my best and worst moments all within this 757.
Yeah.
And so I'm at Terminex. I'm a pest technician at the time, and I'd just gotten the nod to go to sales. And I was kind of like, I don't know. I'd been doing it for, I wasn't a pest technician. I'd been doing sales for a couple of months. So I just made that transition.
Okay.
And I still wasn't sure on it. You know, early in sales, some people are like naturals, but I was working through my shit. Not making as good of money as they said I would make. As a pest technician spraying bugs, I was making more. And I was kind of hitting this like, I don't know, man. You know, it's like, yeah, cool. They like had the faith in me anyway. So this guy called me and was like, hey, I do weld inspections. You basically do like ultrasounds almost on welds to make sure they're up to code.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, man. He's like, so tell me about yourself. Can you like be in a vehicle all day? I'm like, dude, That's what I do all day. I was like, I sit in a vehicle, I have paperwork. I got that. He's like, cool, man. Are you organized? Of course I told him yes. Are you punctual? Of course I told him yes. You know, all the typical lies you do on a job interview, you know? Are you a team player? Well, it sounds like this job's pretty alone, but yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I'm a team player. And so we're like working through it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I think this is going really, really well.
Yeah.
It's going to get me into Raleigh, North Carolina. I'll travel some, but that's where he's hubbed out of. Like, that's where he's out of. And I was like, cool, man. And then he's like, oh, real quick, how do you feel about heights? Anybody that knows me knows anything over 20 feet, and that's a stretch. Technically anything over like a step stool. It's a little much for me. And I'm like, I mean, you know, depending on the safety equipment, you know, real professional answer.
Yeah.
You know, if we're up to OSHA codes, you know, we're harnessed in over 6 feet. I know the rules. You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, what about like a cell phone tower?
A cell phone tower?
I said, a what now? He's like, yeah, like 200 feet. I'm pretty sure Apollo's chariot comes in around that. I'm buckled into a seat. Screaming because we're rolling down the hill, right? And I'm like, look, dude. Yeah. And he's like, all right.
You said, yeah?
And I was like, well, how often? He's like, well, it depends. I'm like,
On?
depends on what? He's like, so you're not too comfortable with heights. I'm like, you know, I'm going to be completely honest with you now, bud. I'm not the best. So if I could be like your ground level weld inspector,
Yeah.
I'm your guy. He's like, no, I totally get that. I appreciate you being honest with me, man. Like, let me do a couple more. I'm like, oh shit. I didn't get this one.
Yeah.
And I remember I'm like sitting on a bed, like Indian style, like having this phone call interview where I'm just like profusely sweating, like he's in front of me.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, man, I really appreciate your honesty. Like, thank you for being honest. Because that's a big deal for us. Like, imagine if we hired you and the second job, you're going up a cell phone tower.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, yeah, that's what crossed my mind when I was like, yeah, I like lights. And so he's like, I'll see what else is out there and I'll get back to you. Then he calls me. He's like, you got the job. And I'm like, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
Yeah, it was like a week later.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, why? I'm like, it's kind of tricky. You know, I'm kind of nervous about moving my entire life. I'm being honest with the guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, we got you. He's like, just get down here. We'll figure it out. I'll get back to you. Didn't, right? A couple years passed by.
Uh-huh.
He has a Norfolk region open. And he's like, bro, got you. I was like, nah. I'm good. And he's like,
I'll get back to you.
he's like, you know that like I called you. And I was like, yeah. It's pretty crystal clear.
Yeah.
My phone rang and I answered it.
And it was
you. And he's like, you really don't want the job? I was like, nah. I'm like, because you're going to want me to check out what in Norfolk? Cranes? He was like, yeah. No, dude. That's not going to happen. He's talking about like the tops of warehouses. And he's like, yeah, you just kind of walk across them. No, dude, I'm not going to be good. All right. I'm carrying equipment that's like an ultrasound machine. Like, dude, no. And he's like, how would you feel about confrontation if a welder's like, I did it right. And you know, he did it wrong. I got that shit in the bag, dude. Look here. You didn't do it right.
So you told me you didn't want the job.
Yeah. And then he called me
And then he called you.
because he opened a Norfolk, which is where
you again didn't want the job.
yeah.
And then he gave you scenarios of what would happen.
Yeah, he really wanted me. He said he loved me. Well, no. He said he really appreciated my honesty and thought that I would fit his company very well.
Okay.
I decided to stay with bugs for a little bit longer, man.
Yeah.
Crawling under houses and shit. So I think that would be another moment that I might go back to. How do you feel about present you?
As far as?
Who you are now.
Like, how do I feel about myself?
Like if you were in Scrooged.
Oh, that was like a therapy session here.
I mean, almost. This movie's very, it's a tough one.
How I feel about myself now? I feel like I'm great.
You're great.
I feel like there's nothing to where I would need to, I guess, question how I handle situations.
Yeah.
Or how I treat people.
Yeah.
Yeah, people treat me maybe, but
yeah, we have no control over that, unfortunately.
Yeah, but how I treat them, I think is fine. It would be interesting though to be able to like be in rooms with people,
hear what they're saying about
talking about me,
yeah,
and see how they truly feel.
Yeah, I do. You know, in that in this movie, it's his brother's house, right?
Yeah, but his brother loves him though.
Brother loves him to death. His brother's people's not big fans.
As they shouldn't be.
I like how he gets mad that he got the VHS player. I didn't do that. I got him a towel. It's like you're clearly still having to work through this whole
you're still
situation.
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But you're a work in progress.
And then it was the guy that gets frozen, right?
Yeah.
The homeless guy.
Yeah.
That really shook him
to
his core.
Only thing I don't like about the movie is how they make it seem like love like cures all type of thing.
Love's fake.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you
like true love, like you see in the movies, that shit does not exist. Ask anyone. It's fake. It's a ploy.
Love is a ploy?
Love is a ploy, dude. Like, yeah, you can like choose somebody and like work through shit. And like, yeah, of course, like even in movies, like people work through shit.
Yeah.
But like that, what happens in this movie, that would never happen.
Well, yeah, it's a movie, but you said love in general is a ploy?
I mean, like that fairy tale shit.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, like, I love people. Like, I have genuine compassion and love for certain people in my life.
Okay.
I don't deny that one bit.
Yeah.
But the shit that's put in front of you on a TV, like these, like, do you feel like there's like in this movie that clearly it was like that one person for him?
Yeah.
Do you really think we each have one person that we're supposed to be with?
Honestly?
Yeah.
I do.
I can't.
So?
I can't believe that anymore.
Why not?
It just doesn't see. It's just, it's just the world we live in. It's a shit shoot.
Well, here are my thoughts.
Yeah, dude.
All right, so
I don't care if we get 4 views. This is just a good therapy session.
I feel like for every person out there,
yeah,
there is someone for them. Now, is it going to be who you're with for the rest of your life? Maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah.
But I feel like over the course of your lifetime, you do meet that person who's meant for you. You guys may just be friends.
Yeah.
And never cross that point.
Yeah.
You guys may get together and actually fulfill what you were supposed to.
Yeah.
Or you meet and for whatever circumstance, something happens and it doesn't go anywhere.
So you definitely believe in right person, wrong time.
1,000 million %.
I can,
yes.
you know what? I can agree with that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm like 0 for 3 on those.
Well, I don't know if you have that many attempts at it, but generally you have 1 or 2 people you meet throughout your lifetime. You feel, this is it type of thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know, for some people will fight for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't.
Other people just cower.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like at a certain point,
yeah,
you got to give up.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds,
for sure
terrible, but you got to say.
No, it's not giving, it's protecting yourself from the impeding doom that you know is going to happen.
We don't know what's going to happen.
I've been around enough. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
I mean, you may have
every time.
You may have an idea.
You're pretty sure.
But you don't know for a fact how the outcome is going to be.
Yeah, but if the person starts showing you certain things, then you know there's impeding doom no matter how much you try to look past it.
Yeah. A wise man once said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Yeah. Believe it.
And I know that's something I personally struggle with. 'Cause I give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And I will defend them till the end of time.
Yeah.
But I feel like now that I've gotten older,
it's changed.
I realize sometimes you got to let go.
I was wondering how this episode was going to go.
I didn't think it'd go down this road.
Part of me was like, it could, because we've definitely both been through a lot in life.
Yeah.
In this movie, as fun and as enjoying as this depiction of it is, ultimately, it should open up that conversation because it will show your growth. Like, we don't have to necessarily go through the 3 ghosts, 4 technically, in order to watch the movie and then reassess yourself.
Yeah.
That's the deepest. This is the deepest episode we've ever had.
Yeah.
And it's on a Christmas movie meant to cause joy and laughter.
Yeah, but it does make you reflect.
It does.
As well. And I feel like, so I watched it twice. I watched it Sunday night when I left here.
Yeah.
And I watched it again yesterday.
Yeah.
When I watched it Sunday night, I just watched it for enjoyment. No big deal. I watched it last night, a few drinks.
Yeah.
And I was like, really thinking.
Yeah.
Didn't like that. I almost decapitated myself last night. So I very rarely have ice in my house, as you know.
Yeah, dude. I'm worse though.
Really?
On having ice?
Oh.
Go get a cube right now.
So I opened the freezer door, getting the ice out. For whatever reason, instead of taking it to the sink, I just stood there and started to pop the ice out.
Yeah.
One piece fell. I bent down to pick it up, and I sprung back up, but the door was still open.
Ooh.
It hit me in the back of the neck. I slowly slid down, and I'm sitting on the floor thinking, so my head is gone from my body now, right? I'm just seeing from my head's point of view. My body probably standing back up again.
Yeah.
It's
still trying to crack ice.
Yeah.
Your body's just like, damn, this sucks cube tray. Your head's just rolling.
I sit on the couch, and it was right when they're getting towards the point where it's the ghost of Christmas future.
Oof.
And now I'm like, my head hurts, my neck hurts.
Obviously.
I'm deep in my fucking feelings all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Still good, though. Good movie.
No, it is a good movie. And whatever you get out of this movie shows you where you're at in life. And clearly the J Squared horror guys got some therapy that's needed.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because we're here talking about it in front of all of you guys.
So the ghost of Christmas future.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows him, obviously.
He dies.
Yeah. Well, we all die one day, but.
Yeah, but it shows that nobody was there. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
Even his brother was like.
He was there, though. Holding him down.
Yeah, dude. I think that's the ghost I'd want to see least.
Why?
I don't want to know.
How your life turns out?
No. I know it's not going to be good, man. And I'm a decent person.
A wise man once also said that choice, not chance, determines one's destiny. So I feel like,
wow.
Yeah, I don't know who said it. My mom told me that in 5th grade.
And you've never forgotten
Never forgotten it. She has the paper that she, I guess, found it from.
Yeah.
Still to this day, taped to the refrigerator.
Damn.
Yeah.
She's got the same refrigerator since you were in 5th grade?
No, it's a new refrigerator. She just took it off and put it on there.
Oh, damn.
My mom didn't throw many things away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
So I feel like, you see your future, your present self.
Yeah.
You kind of have an idea how things are going. You know how your life, how you want it to turn out. Just try to make good choices.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I would want to know. Show me what happens.
You want to know what happens?
Yeah. I feel like.
Could you imagine seeing your funeral and there only being a person?
No, that wouldn't happen.
Like just the casket, lowerers, that's nobody else.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That wouldn't be you though.
I'm just saying,
for anyone,
it's possible. He was
technically anything is possible. Yeah,
he was very well known. That's what's crazy. I'm not that well known.
I mean, for all we know,
I'm not the president of a.
For all we know, people have died already. A lot of them.
I mean, maybe, but still, he wasn't that old.
Yes,
He was the youngest president in IBM history, or whatever the name of that.
I would ask my future self if I could talk to him 3 questions.
Okay.
1, do the Colts ever win another Super Bowl?
Yes. Statistically, they have to.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Why?
They're not going for a 60-year drought, bro.
It's possible. There are teams now that have never won a Super Bowl.
That's true.
So it is possible.
But not the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, I hope not.
That's number 1. That's your most important question?
Strangely enough, yeah, it does.
I respect it.
That's my first question I would ask.
Yeah.
2.
Hey. One question.
Yeah, 1 question.
One question.
Colts, Super Bowl, yes or no? Let me know.
And then you disappear and you never get to know.
Yeah, fuck. I'll just sit through these terrible fucking seasons the next 6 decades and we'll see what happens.
Woo! 6 decades. Damn.
Yeah, 60. I'll be like 90-something years old.
Don't let me be that old dude. If we're still friends, kill me at like 52.
52.
Yeah, it's plenty of life lived.
Okay.
All right, what's question number 2?
Question, do I ever get married?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to work out.
No, you're
does
definitely
it ever happen?
Yeah, you're getting married.
Is it like a Vegas wedding?
No.
Is it like a green card wedding? What is it? Does it happen?
Green card.
Let me know.
She just needed citizenship. I'm about that life.
Here, I'll help you out. Just the nice guy I am.
You're definitely getting married, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No.
You don't think so? You ever want to get married?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know if I agree with the idea of marriage anymore. Not being faithful to one person for a long time or a lifetime. That I don't care. But just like the whole ceremony-esque thing, like why does the church have to be involved in my life? Why does all that stuff matter? Yeah.
Did you go to the courthouse or something? You're
It's
still married.
Yeah, you're still married. It's still like it's a religion-based principle.
At the courthouse?
No, just marriage in general is a religion-based principle. I don't know. When I was growing up, I was like, yeah, that's all I wanted.
Was to get married?
Yeah. And that sounds very feminine.
I mean, you weren't like, I don't feel like it's
I wasn't
feminine.
like dreaming of the dress. Sorry. I was just thinking feminine.
You ever watch that show, Say Yes to the Dress?
No.
Okay.
Never.
All right.
But yeah,
Carry on.
I loved the idea of one person picking me for being like, that's the motherfucker I want to be with for the rest of my
Dude,
life.
that can still happen.
I know, but like that, I'm positive 30.
Okay.
You've seen me talk to women in public.
I have.
It's not a pretty sight.
It is not, but that's fine.
And so I think that like ultimately, like I've probably let like decent ones just, they ask me a question trying to open it up and I'm like, no.
Yeah, well, decent isn't what you would marry, I wouldn't think.
I'm just saying, we don't know because I don't even get to that point.
I mean, for all you know, they could loop back around in your life.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll still just
No.
strike out.
I told you last time we were out of the bar. You never know. You could be sitting there one day. A woman just walks in.
It literally happened that night
It
after
did.
you told me that.
That was so crazy,
and
right?
I still messed up
Fumble on the play. You're right.
just horribly.
But it's okay.
At the place we were at, the amount of our aged, attractive women that come in there, very few and far
There's a
between.
table full of them.
Table full of them. We are walking outside to smoke a cigarette. One of them stops me.
Yeah.
Hey. And I just managed to fumble the bag. Like, she even mentioned my favorite killer. I'm like, nah. What is it to you? And I was
I mean,
this
pretty
is
much,
fucked
yeah.
up. This is messed up, but this podcast is just taking on its own identity here. So this is going to sound really pathetic. I was having a conversation with my mom, right?
Okay.
And I was like, Mom, I think I'm stupid. And she was like, yeah, but why? And I'm like, I explained to her the situation because it was twice that day. It was the girl at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And then we talked about that,
Yeah.
the other situation. And then I walked into this one. So I should have been well prepared
True.
for whatever was thrown my way that night.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think and this is, I don't want to, I'm not like trying to get pity cards or anything here, but I feel like I'm going to be the ass of a joke anytime somebody attractive talks to me. So I beat you to it. Like, nuh-uh.
Yeah, so
I'm going to look super stupid in front of you anyway.
Yeah, so I was standing right behind you.
Yeah.
And, dude, it was hard to watch.
Yeah, it was brutal.
But she wasn't trying to be funny or anything. She was asking you a genuine question.
Nope, just swinging a mess.
And you're like, nope, don't sell these. Okay.
I really did. I tried.
Did you, though?
A little bit.
I don't think you tried.
No.
I feel like you were trying to burn through that conversation to go outside.
You
were trying to end it as quick as you could.
I was craving a cigarette. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, man. There is no explaining my failure at talking to attractive women. It is what it is. So if you guys just want to like hear what happened, she says, hey. I turn around. Jake's right behind me. I got my wingman. The conversation was brought to my attention. And she goes, do you guys sell that jacket? Now, the jacket that I'm wearing, the jacket in question, is a Levi signature Friday the 13th jacket that I got. It's a jean jacket that I got from a convention, the Scarefest.
Yeah.
It's a dope jacket. I look great in it. She goes, hey, do you guys sell that? And I, because I'm wearing the J Squared horror hoodie, still available, underneath said jacket, I go, no, we sell this hoodie. Pop open the jacket a little bit, show the logo. And then another girl at the table goes, oh, you guys have a podcast? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, I love true crime podcasts. And then I go, yeah, there's about 8 million of those. We just do our own thing. And the other girl goes, yeah, well, I like the jacket, but I'm more of a Michael Myers fan. I still have redeeming conversation happening. And I go, yeah, no, we just sell this hoodie.
And that's it.
That is how I talked to a table full of pretty ladies. It'd be like that when you just suck at talking to attractive people, man.
I'm sure we have attractive fans you're talking to right now.
Yeah. Don't comment because I will fumble the bag in front of all of you. Yeah, it sucks, man. And there's a plethora of other examples that we won't even go into that you've witnessed and seen and heard and read.
Yeah. But
yeah, my ghost of Christmas present would be like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'd be like, "I don't know, dude. I really don't. I think I would be haunted more by my ghost of Christmas present." He's like, "Dude, just go to the bar right here. Look, they're flirting." Nope. I can hold great conversations. I'm a good talker. I'm a good listener. It's just hard to tell when it comes to pretty people. I just suck. I can't do it. Yep.
Well, sometimes these things happen. But the
moral of the story?
Moral story is like she told him in the movie. So that's a regret that you have. The best thing about regret,
you can learn from it.
You can always go back and fix it.
How can you go back and fix that?
For the future? Not with that table, clearly, because we walked by a few more times. No conversation at all that.
Nothing was said.
For future reference.
We had hope.
Yeah, I feel like whether it's women, relationships, work, friendships, whatever, you learn from past experience. And hey, if this thing happens again, I'm going to do it differently this way.
Do you ever feel like the trauma of like one specific like super shitty thing just always outweighs anything that could potentially happen?
Nope.
You are way healthier in your head than I am.
I'm just a very optimistic person.
Yeah, realist.
Probably optimistic.
I'm very much a realist.
Yeah. I mean,
like the reality of that situation is why I handled it the way I did.
Yeah. Well,
these girls aren't interested in me.
Okay.
I wasn't optimistic and going, they could be.
Yeah. That's crazy. This random stranger just stopped me and asked me about a jacket.
Maybe she really liked the jacket.
And
I'm
the
overlooking
person,
the whole
the
situation.
person sitting across from her knows who we are and knows we have a podcast.
Whoa. I wasn't trying to get that deep into the situation, but here we go.
They're not listening. Who cares?
That's true. It's fucking 45 minutes in.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Point
We're just having a conversation with ourselves here.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. But yeah, this is pretty much a bar conversation just right now here.
It's great though. It's gonna be crazy listening to it.
We know what we're talking about. It's all the same shit.
Well, no. I mean, we definitely have really good conversation.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's
not
why we
like
started the podcast.
it's not like an abnormal thing we wouldn't talk about. Something.
No,
yeah,
no.
it's
Like
like a typical.
You would hear this at the bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but but being an optimistic person, do I feel like it's gotten me anything in life I wouldn't have had if I was more realistic? Probably not. But
makes you feel better.
It does.
Gives you more excitement.
Yeah, it gives me more hope about things because the moment, like I said numerous times before, the moment that hope and potential of something happening is gone, I give two shits about it.
Yeah.
I have no energy. I won't put anything into it. It's like dealing with a different person.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. You are a immovable force.
Yeah, because once it's a definitive, hey, this isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Why put effort into it anymore?
Yeah, that's very true.
If I know I'm not getting this job, I'm not getting this promotion, yeah, I'm not coming to work anymore. I'm going to find something else to do.
Yeah.
There's no point.
It's crazy how easy you can get jobs, though.
I interview pretty well.
I do, too. I think I do.
I interview pretty well.
I've always told I did, but I don't get the jobs. It just sums up my life, honestly.
I mean, you probably interview well. Maybe someone else is more experienced.
It used to be sales experience that used to get me, which now I have 5 years of.
Yeah. I know my mom would say when I was growing up that I'd see the world with rose-colored glasses on.
Oh, that's sweet.
But I think probably in the last few months.
You've just been my friend for too long.
No. For the last
I'm ruining you, Jake.
The last few months I've tried to see things more realistically.
Because
I know
a healthy combination of both is what's needed.
Yeah.
Of optimism and realism. The optimism to keep you excited, the realism to protect yourself.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I should be on the defense at all times.
I am.
Yeah, you shouldn't be though.
I know. I shouldn't, but I am.
You have to open up your mind. Open up your heart to things. I mean,
you're not wrong.
I think you should.
Yeah, I mean it shows in this movie.
Oh yeah.
If you decide to be a better person, whether it's just to be a better person or to financially do it, just be that person.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, like I said, you have to be a little bit of both. Of the optimism and the realism.
I think now in my life I see that.
You have to.
And that's why, like I said, there's certain people and certain things in your life you have to just shut down. You gotta shut down.
Yeah, you have to protect yourself.
It's not good for you. Fuck it. Stop it.
No matter how painful it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times it'll suck. And we've both been in those situations.
Yeah. All right, but on a more positive note, what you got?
Do you want the knock knock joke?
Sure. Is it good?
I think so.
You're laughing already, so I think it's good.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Yoda lady.
Oh, I heard that. You're Lee who?
Why are you yodeling?
That was good. You know what's so crazy? When you mentioned you had a knock knock joke, I was going to tell the exact same joke.
No.
I was.
Were you?
Yeah.
All right. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Maida.
Maida who?
May the force be with you. That once won me a free coffee at a coffee shop.
Really?
Yeah. The rule was to say a knock knock joke that makes the baristas laugh.
And that was it?
That one got them. One got them. They weren't expecting that.
Yeah, okay. That was good.
Yeah. You got any dad jokes?
Nope.
What?
I got nothing.
All right, come on, Brandon, do something. Come on, Brandon, do something. I already said 2 knock knock jokes.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. What do you rate this movie on a scale from 1 to 10?
8.5.
7.
Are there other versions of A Christmas Carol you like better?
Oh yeah.
What are they?
The cartoon one with Jim Carrey. The animated one. I love that one.
Okay.
All right. So I will say this, though. The worst is the one that just came out this year with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds doing a musical.
I'm not a big Ryan Reynolds fan.
You aren't. And I respect that after this atrocity of a movie.
So I had no interest even seeing that movie.
It was bad. It's called Spirited, I think.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Me and my mom watched it, and it was painful.
I know a lot of people like
to get through.
like a Muppets Christmas Carol.
No, I like the animated one with Jim Carrey, man. That's the best. I don't like any of the old ones though, man. Oof, they're a hard watch. Like what he's joking while making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't get it.
Okay.
I've also never read it.
I've never read it either.
Nah, it's way too many words. You guys know about my book theory. They're good to have on the shelf, not good to read. I honestly don't know what this was. But I had a good time doing it.
What, the episode?
Yeah?
Yeah, it took a turn.
Are we going to release it?
You don't have to.
Whoa. Why not?
I mean, you
don't want people to dive into our brains with us?
No one gives a shit. But yeah, I would say they don't.
Whoa.
They don't. They care about the movie, which is good.
Yeah, maybe we'll just get clicks on that, and as soon as they start hearing about us,
Like, oh, what the fuck are they talking about?
yeah, this podcast makes no sense.
This is a therapy session?
It turned into one.
It did.
Who cares? I feel like that's what I honestly feel like that's what podcasts are, though.
Therapy sessions?
Just whatever happens.
Just open conversation.
Yeah,
Got it.
and if it turns into this, it turns into this.
All right.
Um,
Is there anything you want to tell your future self before you go?
be more optimistic.
Oh, wow.
How about you?
Nope.
Don't eat the figgy pudding.
I don't want to tell myself anything. I feel like I'll figure it out.
What?
Yeah. I know I set you up for something for you to answer, and I didn't have anything to say.
Yeah, you just shit on it.
I didn't
I
shit
thought my
on
answer
it.
was good.
It was good. It's a really good answer.
Yeah, I've made growth even on this episode.
Yeah, within 52 minutes you did.
52 minutes and 11 seconds. Where is it? That was loud. I forgot to turn on the volume button after the intro.
Actually, no, I will tell myself something.
All right, go.
Everything will be all right.
That is true.
Yeah,
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, it will be.
At the end of the day, unless you get run over by a bus full of concrete on top of railroad spikes.
Concrete, like on the bus?
In the bus. It's a bus full of concrete. I don't think you'll be okay after that. I think you'll be pretty messed up.
It'll be pretty quick, though, so I don't think I'll feel it.
I don't know.
Concrete. Well, how fast
45.
could a bus... 45?
45 miles an hour. And you're laying on a bed of railroad spikes upward.
Wait, I'm already laying there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're just laying there for your health. It's like acupuncture.
In the middle of the street?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In the middle of a busy bus road. That would be really bad. I don't think you'd be okay after that.
That sounds like... What's it? David Blaine? Is that his name?
Yeah. He would just make the bus disappear or something.
Yeah.
I don't understand magic. But anyway. If you made it.
No, I don't understand. Real quick before we go.
Yeah, we're the only ones listening.
Yeah, what's the deal with cold chills?
I heard it's autism on TikTok.
Have you ever seen someone have a cold chill and then not say cold chill? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a rule in my family. If you don't cold chill, if you don't do that, they're like, you all right?
Yeah, because if not,
good?
it's like you're having like
a mini seizure.
Yeah, a medical emergency.
Yeah, you're just sitting there like da da da.
Yeah, it's weird that society makes us have to say cold chill.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of judgment going on.
Yeah. That's all I got.
If you guys made it to this point in the podcast, comment down below if you say cold chill when you get a shiver.
This is our longest in a long time.
Yeah, well, we knew it was going to be.
I mean, I didn't say it. All right.
I mean, we decided to talk about what needs to be talked about. It's the important topics. Thank you guys for always listening to the J Squared Horror Podcast. Thank you to Lucky Riggs, Jeff Balance, Trademark Printing. You guys know who they are. Don't know what we're covering next week, so we can't give you a look forward to. But thank you to all that made it this far in this episode. And if you didn't, you're not going to hear this anyway. So, as always, I'm Josh.
And I'm Jake.
This is the J Squared Horror Podcast. You guys have a great week. And remember, it's hip to be squared.